Hi everyone. So today we're going to take a look at a product that has a lot of claims and a lot of promises around it, focused on treating signs of premature aging, especially sun damage, fine lines, and wrinkles. The SkinCeuticals Metacell Renewal B3 is a product that is kind of built around a trio of ingredients: niacinamide, a tightening tripeptide concentrate, and glycerin, which is an unusual one to throw in there in terms of being a focused ingredient. But let's take a look at whether or not this can actually make good on its claims. First, let's take a look at the price and the size. So at $110 for 1.7 ounces here, a glass bottle, frosted, so it is opaque for the consideration of the ingredients inside, even though niacinamide really isn't so sensitive to light like other ingredients are, but nonetheless, great thing to do. Frosted glass. It comes in a pump, so it's not in a jar. Good thing. Though the formula here at $110 might seem like it's pricey, and that is actually a good amount to spend, but it is 1.7 ounces. So that's actually a little bit larger than your average, almost twice as large as your average anti-aging treatment or serum, most of which tend to be at a 1 ounce size. It's certainly true of a lot of SkinCeuticals formulas. So technically, for almost 2 ounces at $110, it's not outrageous, especially for this brand where a lot of their products tend to be kind of on the higher, price scale. So not a terrible price when you actually look at the numbers. Now, in terms of the formula itself, is it effective? So at those three trio of ingredients, niacinamide, this tripeptide tightening concentrate, and glycerin. First, let's look at the niacinamide. So niacinamide, it's here at 5%. Niacinamide is a great ingredient for skin. Doesn't always have to be at a high percentage, especially if it's in combination with other beneficial ingredients, other antioxidants, vitamin C, for example, those sorts of things. Really doesn't have to be at that high percentage. Here, though, at 5%, great amount. There's a lot of research out there that has demonstrated niacinamide is effective at a range of levels, but at 5%, it absolutely does have documentation showing that it has effects. It does improve the signs of aging in skin, fine lines, photo damage, which is a fancy word for sun damage, even discolorations that are left over after a breakout, those red marks that can stay behind. Niacinamide at this 5% strength is absolutely shown to be effective. Now, it doesn't have comparison studies to show whether or not it's more effective than retinol, for example, at this percentage, or more effective than vitamin C at 15%, for example. Other two ingredients here to focus on. The tightening tripeptide concentrate is something that SkinCeuticals, a synthetic peptide that they are using to base their claims around tightening skin, especially skin that's just started to show signs of sagging. Unfortunately, there's not really any research out there, in fact none at all that I could find, peer-reviewed and published, that really demonstrates that this peptide is capable of doing anything at all. So we don't really necessarily know what the potential for benefit is. So really can't say anything about that other than the fact it's kind of unusual that SkinCeuticals would rely on this unproven peptide versus some of the other peptides out there that do have quite a lot of research around them showing they do have benefits for signs of aging. So the tightening tripeptide concentrate part of this really isn't something that I would put any faith into at all. Then last, you have that third ingredient, 15% glycerin, which is a weird one to call out. Glycerin is a great ingredient for skin. It can certainly help when combined with other emollients to help boost that level of moisture, in skin, to help kind of boost the effect or benefit you get from the other moisturizing ingredients, in a formula. And this formula is pretty lightweight, but glycerin is not really an anti-aging ingredient. Now, in terms of the look and the aesthetics of this, as I mentioned, it is a lightweight product. It actually has a bit like a lotion texture to it, almost more like a lotion gel. The formula is quite lightweight, so it could be suitable for pretty much any skin type, though those with super oily skin might find that it is a little bit too heavy for them. They might prefer more of a gel-like texture. With all of these benefits, in terms of treating sun damage and treating discoloration, SkinCeuticals seems to have kind of a nice little thing going. So what more could they add to this sun damage fighting treatment to make it better? I know, let's add some essential citrus oils that have the potential to cause a phototoxic reaction and staining on skin when exposed to UV rays. really, SkinCeuticals. This would have been a great option to treat sun damage, certainly to add to your routine at a reasonable price, but for some crazy reason, SkinCeuticals decided to add in some essential citrus oils that have the potential to cause a phototoxic reaction, as I mentioned, on skin. And what that means is that they can discolor skin, cause a brown staining of skin. Certainly not the result you're looking for if you want to treat signs of discolorations in skin. So it really is a total mystery to me how that little detail made it all the way through SkinCeuticals, because they've been known for some pretty good products overall. Unfortunately, it's not a small amount of citrus oils either. It actually is pretty citrusy, especially once it's on your face. It will linger, and if you have sensitive skin, aside from the whole phototoxic potential, even if you have a sunscreen on top of it, because no sunscreen is 100% effective, if you have sensitive skin, you want to stay far away from this. But in general, you really don't want to rely on this, especially the fact that it has, 5% niacinamide would have been great had it not had the essential oils. But with that in mind, you can easily get the same, pretty much the same types of benefits you could from using another product like a retinol treatment or a 15% vitamin C treatment. SkinCeuticals has great options. There's oodles of them on the market now that you can check out. You don't have to put up with this stuff, these essential oils and things like that, that can harm skin and give you the very opposite results you're looking for. So if you haven't picked up by now, this was a single star, a poor, not recommended, because of the fact that it has those totally contradictory, essential oils, citrus essential oils that have that potential for phototoxicity. That's really the main con, but certainly that is the straw that broke the proverbial camel's back. It's a big con to put up with. So wouldn't recommend this. If you have any thoughts or comments on this, any feedback, if you tried it, if you loved it, if you loved another product even better, please leave that in the comments section below. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.